Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Spectrobes Origins, episode 17. We're going to do something for you here today on Menahat. Yes, we're on Menahat, we're just in the wrong room right now. We're at the last room we left you off in the ruins.
I think we only have one room.
Well,
Incubator room.
I don't think it really matters. What I was talking about is last time we left you guys off, we were at the ruins. However, we're now evolving these guys because
claws, one of my favorite weapons ever.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. But I didn't get to explain before you did it. Shame on you.
Ow! I thought you had given the go-ahead.
Never mind. Just miscommunication. Anyways, today we are going to start off the episode by evolving these two Spectrobes because that's recently, before we went on camera, we leveled up the Gorilla Grass guy up to be level 30 so we could evolve him, and then we also got a new fossil for, what is it called?
Zaza.
Zaza.
We had the fossil from Weterra as like a store item because it's a good idea to stock at least one of each fossil so you can have it for when you want a higher level. Yeah, because then you can like instantly get like a level 60 Spectrobe
later on in the game. We'll see, because if you're bad at like training your Spectrobes like we usually are, you can actually skip the training, keep an extra version of the Spectrobe as a fossil with you, and then later on in the game when you're a higher level and your Spectrobes aren't, just get the Spectrobe to, you know, go reawaken a new fossil, and you'll be able to get a brand new Spectrobe of the same species at a higher rate, well, higher level. The only problem is that they won't have the increased stats you give them by minerals. So
be careful with the mineral stat increases and stuff.
Yeah. So
oh, and it's definitely a good idea to use this method because it's most likely that your levels are going to be way higher than your Spectrobes, just because while there are 6 Spectrobes that you can be training, there's only one of you.
There's only one Roland, unless you play as Gina, which, you know, that's your own choice.
But even then, the levels transfer.
It's the same thing. But I digress. So what we did is we just used some minerals to get the gorilla monkey person thingy grass up to 30, and then we got a new Zaza from a fossil like we were talking about.
And now it's level 36, so everything is good in the world, and we are all happy.
And actually, the perks of these Spectrobes. Whoa, Nunchuck fizzes out for a second. Anyways, the perks of these Spectrobes is, well, they're just, you know, the gorilla is really cool as a second evolved form. My bad. My controller seems to be whacking out on me.
His nunchuck is screwing with me.
Well, in any case, so this was the ruins we left you off at. We just went here so we could have a save point. But the last ruins we were supposed to go to is the ruins by the giant cactus. He gave you a hint as to that. And so where you want to go to find that is in the southeast. That's where you're going to find the giant cactus, whatever it is. And so once you find that, you can find the same way to get inside some... No, that's the southwest.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah, there you go. No, actually, now you're going northeast. Go southeast. There you go, that direction.
I wasn't paying attention to the map. I was like I was thinking that north was like that direction, but in reality...
Nah. I mean, so anyways, if you ever want to just hoard up some stuff, just go around this little circle thing right here. Go back and down in between the ruins area, because that circle thing has some pretty nice stuff around it at this point. Like, we found 2 attack minerals in a row before just by being there, and you guys saw when that happened. In fact, go to where my cursor is pointing. That's where I believe it is. And so whenever you're trying to find one of the ruins, you're going to be able to find it by A, the clue, B, listening to us, or C, look on your map for some blue dots. Usually wherever the ruin is, there's going to be some blue dots surrounding the ruin to get yourself in. Except, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's... What are you going?
I thought I saw a little sparkle thing.
So while we're here at the moment, I believe there is a property barrier door somewhere around here. Ooh, crawl is a good sign as well that there are some Spectrobes, not Spectrobes, but some ruins for you to get to.
Switch monsters.
I don't know, monsters. That's not the kind of game we're playing, boy.
Spectrobes, whatever.
Spectrobes.
Spectrobes are technically monsters in their own respect.
Sort of.
Rarg.
Okay, so...
I'll let you take care of these guys. Just have
like
fun
I
with
was
that
saying
guy.
earlier, the evolved forms are actually pretty good. For the gorilla, he didn't change much from his previous form. He still has the strong C attack, that's just a one hit. And then he also has the swiping back and forth with his fists. And he just really works the same thing, he's just bigger and stronger because his stats increase. Just make sure that if you like a special, don't lose a special or ability by evolving him too soon.
Yeah.
For the Zaza Spectrobe, we have a new version of the Fire Dog. It's more of a prancing pony now. It really is. Just look at it. It's not even going very fast. It's like derp, 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 derp. And it's...
Well, it's going as fast as it was originally. It's
yeah.
Just, it looks like it's just kind of trotting around. Probably because it's like, I can go much faster than this. I just don't feel
well, see,
like
I think it was because of... Oh, and the other reason, the reason that the blue dots are an indicator is because even though these guys are absolute idiots, they're actually pretty good with getting in the general area. The only problem, they never actually find it. So anyways, head yourself over to this cactus, and just like Neil told us the other time, we should be able to find a little entrance for our Spectrobe somewhere around here. In fact, entrance right there. Just point your C stick, C button.
For obvious reasons, they never find it because, well,
they're not
they
exactly
don't have
Spectrobe masters.
Yeah, you need a Spectrobe to find the things, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and so we have 7 different ruins we can go into, and for today we'll probably burn through quite a few, but it's not before long we have to go talk to Dyrus right after the 3rd ruin. And as for that...
I like Roland's pompous reaction. I found it! I must be a genius or something! No, Roland, the Spectrobe found it, technically.
Well, I don't know. Roland found it and then pointed the Spectrobe in the direction. I would probably
I'm pretty sure that Gina guided him to the spot. The Spectrobe dug it up, and he's just taking credit for everything.
Gina just held him by the hand and like, okay, come this way, come this way. Okay, so here's a little bit of a puzzle right here. On the wall, you'll see how some of them are red tiles. All you have to do is flip the ones that are the same on the wall. Just make sure you get the right ones and don't cause yourself pain by having to re-flip them. It's really quite straightforward. There's not much else to say for it. Just make sure you do what's right. Last one, Homer got it correct. Yeah, there you go. Like I said, it's not even flipped or anything. It's just a straightforward version of the wall.
Diagonal line.
Yeah. And so last thing we get to do in this little ruin right here.
4 in a row.
It wasn't 4. Well,
that was 4 in a row.
But I mean, how are you supposed to have tic-tac-toe without another person playing?
Did I just exit the place?
No, I don't think so, at least. I'm pretty sure you're just going up to a new area, because there was no other way to go. Ah, you're an idiot.
The thing...
You went in the opposite direction.
That makes absolute... No. It faced me towards...
Whoa, whoa. It's easy to blame games that don't really exist and aren't real. But in the end of the day, it's really just because you're stupid.
No, you have to admit that when it comes down to a lot of games, they have a tendency to, after you've finished a cutscene or something, point you in the opposite direction that you have to go. Point you at the entrance of where you came from.
Actually, that's kind of true. Oh, so now that I get to feature Zaza Spectrobe, I actually don't like the Zaza form in secondary form as much as I like it in the first form, simply because that his first form has a wider combo. I would say the 3rd version is probably better for close quarters because it has a larger reach and it seems to do close damage on a single target or maybe just a few. The other one was maybe
the Ryga sword has made a comeback.
Yeah. The secondary form is probably, I mean the first form is probably mainly for jumping between different Spectrobes. This one is probably more for focusing on them. It's still stronger though, so I mean do what you want. At the end of the day, when we finish this game, we're gonna have 6 fully evolved forms of Spectrobes before we're permitted to continue to the very end of the game.
One of each element.
Yeah, one of each element, and so we're probably gonna go with well, most of them are gonna be who we already have right now. A few qualifiers.
Might replace things a little bit later.
Yeah, just a couple. We still have to get our long-range Spectrobes, and when we get those, we'll show you. In fact, there's supposed to be this one long-range Spectrobe that we get here.
From the code machine, though.
Well, yeah. Speaking of code machine, at the end of this planet, we actually get a code machine, which we have told you in the past, but we get to insert codes that you get from cards inside your disc. Not disc, but game case. And if you go look online, you can actually find a list of all the different codes you can want. I'll probably put a link to the site I would like to use when we get to that part of the game.
It's best to watch the videos because that's
the
easiest.
I don't know. They have a list of the codes. But in any case, now we got a new
it's not
legendary weapon.
It's not. Why'd you hit me?
I wanted you to shut up.
No.
I was just kidding. Actually, there was no particular reason. I was just being funny. Anyways, this is the Coma Axe. Coma Axe. That's kind of a funny name. So it's a fire type axe, if you couldn't tell, and it's a 2-hit fire axe. So it has a 2-hit combo, which is better than a lot of axes, and it can inflict burn. It's a pretty straightforward axe. It's probably not one of the best in the game, but if you like fire axes, then no big deal. You just go with it. I don't know. Do what you want.
Yep.
Later in this area, though, there is a glove we're going to be getting to, a water glove that has a very special ability that I'll be telling you guys later when we get to it.
Does that like drain or something?
Drain? No, it is not. I believe there are some weapons, though, that do have the drain ability. Drain being where you take your opponent's HP and give it to you, which one of the long-range Spectrobes will be able to have that ability for, because his special ability, once you get him to the proper level, is going to be
HP plus absorb.
Yeah.
HP absorb plus.
You basically just like a vampire. You suck it from your opponent.
And
so
you do damage.
Yeah, it's really quite awesome. Also, just like you saw, do the same thing you did for the other words. Ruin.
Thing.
Ruin. Words. Why are words escaping me? I'm trying to think of something that's.
They're escaping.
Just trust me. Anyways, so once you go through this, just go to the end of the ruin, and you should be able to press a button to get another short little cutscene in which the ruin is going up. We won't get another cutscene until after the 3rd ruin, and sort of cutscene away. Alright, so mini cutscene over. I don't know. I didn't think it was very necessary to make no noise. It's just that
he made no noise.
Yeah, I'm like, might as well. And anyways, so once we get through this one, we're gonna bump into these guys, and they're actually kind of freaked out because like you two. And so they still think that we're a little bit shady, and so they're a little bit let down because they wanted to be the first ones to find each of the ruins. And like I said earlier, though, they're still kind of idiots, and so they never actually find anything.
You know, it occurs to me that they are wearing some really kind of they're wearing.
Say something.
They're wearing long sleeve shirts and stuff, and
we'll see. It's actually
just like how cowboys did. Yet somehow they don't feel the heat.
Well, actually, that's
I've never understood. The
reason that people wear stuff like that in the desert, like people in the Great Desert, Gobi Desert, and places like that, is because it keeps the sun off your skin and it keeps the heat out. So they're actually kind of smart. However, in Darius camp, I keep trying to call him Darius. In Dyrus' camp, they just, you know, workers, and not much there. So anyways, for the next ruin we're going to be going to, we'll want to go to, well, actually just the blue dots. So just pull up your mini-map, and you should be able to walk to where it is. And even though we just saw them in a cutscene, you can only see them in a distance, and they've already gone to the next location of where the ruins should be. And so they're apparently, they don't really know what crawl is, which is actually kind of interesting considering that crawl are everywhere in this galaxy. But speaking of crawl, we get to fight some now.
Look, it's a little wimp spec. What's for that? Crawls.
The wimp crawls?
The wimp crawls.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean for them. But
they die easily.
Oh, then let's make them die a little bit easier. Hold it, hold it, hold it, shove.
You do realize you're gonna only kill one because I think how you positioned it.
And how he died, it was glorious.
Well, that's
anyways, let's see. Moving on to Loch Ness Monster. Leviathan. I'm not actually sure which one I want to call him because that, you know, he's both a Leviathan and a Loch Ness Monster.
It's like he's so used to calling them the Loch Ness Monster, but I convinced him and showed him pictures of the Leviathan, and now I've convinced him that it also looks like a Leviathan.
Yeah, actually, it kind of looks more like a Leviathan than a Loch Ness Monster. Loch Ness Monster is a stupid myth. Leviathan, not so much, because people don't actually believe that it's real. It's just a myth.
The Loch Ness Monster could possibly be like a... could have been a one of those aquatic dinosaurs that were alive.
Don't even.
One of those dinosaurs.
Don't make me punch you again.
Plesiosaurus, I think it was.
Anyways, we're gonna run into Neil right here, and so he's actually a bit of a help while we're trying to find the different ruins, because while we found one of the ruins that he gave us the hint to, he went and found another ruin that he's going to tell us about, the one by a huge boulder. Now, if we check our minimap, there should be no dots. Well,
that's because they kind of went back to the camp. They're not searching for it.
Oh, okay. Well, in any case, so there should be the ruins next to the huge rocks, and I believe that huge rock might be that one over there. Although the only thing I'm curious about is why does Neil not actually go to these places himself?
Because he doesn't have a Spectrobe to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, he obviously got one of them to open up one time.
No,
because that
was a happy accident for him. He just kind of fell into cracks. Remember?
Well, it wasn't. No, he actually mentioned how he played with the mechanism, and the mechanism made everything shift around. Although that may be the mechanism for the ruins to be opened. But anyways, either way, I'm not sure how he's getting his info, but he's getting it one way or another. And I really don't care, because Neil's a pretty cool guy, even though we've been ripping on him in the past. Hang on, there's a mineral or something.
I know, I was going for that.
Alright, let's see, it's just a yellow mineral. Anyways, let's go on into...
Okay, mineral, you are a disappointment and a disgrace to your kind.
Why?
I don't know. At least it wasn't
Why would you try to make fun of it?
Because there's better minerals here.
There's better minerals everywhere. It doesn't mean you have to make fun of it.
I decided it was a disgrace because I expected better.
Either way, we found a next save point. You know, pretty good save point. What?
Let's excavate the new things we have.
We have new things?
We got 2 new mystery pods.
We might have a couple of minerals on our hand. Maybe we'll have 1 Spectrobe. If it's a Spectrobe I'm thinking of, we might be in good luck to have a good long-range Spectrobe now. Although, I would not put it past it to lie to me, because that's a Spectrobe we already have. And it sucks.
Well, no, the issue is that we haven't excavated it before.
Yeah. Well, I knew that much. It was a memory type Spectrobe. But doesn't this just give which Spectrobe does it give?
I think it's the bird, actually.
Oh yeah, it is the bird. Although we already have the bird on our hands. Oh well, if we get a higher level form of it, who's gonna complain? I mean, we have tons and tons of evolved minerals. So, I mean, just crack open that Spectrobe.
I don't really... We're not gonna really get anything better because that one we have
memory
is like
Spectrobe.
level 36, and we're about level 36.
Well, I mean, we might get rank A, possibly B. Never mind. There's actually quite a big gap in between B and A ranks. So, I mean, are you able to discard the fossil?
What do you mean discard the fossil?
The fossil after you excavate it.
Yo, you can discard it, but why would you do that when you can exchange it?
Oh, you can exchange the fossil after that?
Yes.
Oh,
We've explained this. I've explained this to you so many times, and we even displayed it on an episode.
Oh, never mind. I was confusing something real fast. Anyways,
I have no idea what this thing is, actually.
I think I might know what it is. So this is a brand new Spectrobe. We're gonna be pretty interested to see what it is. I'm hoping it's what I hope it is. That's actually a bad sentence. I'm hoping to be what I hope. Yeah, just never mind. And you are screwing up.
Shut up.
Pretty bad. Too bad you didn't do pretty well like the last one. Anyways, so the Spectrobe that I'm hoping for.
This is gonna be a B.
Maybe even see if you screw up any further. Anyways, the Spectrode that I'm hoping for is going to be that one dragon that we've said looks like the dragon from How to Train Your Dragons, the big fat one. However, I don't think it matters because that, like Homerman said, we can get that dragon in a black form after we get the code machine.
Not to mention that thing is only on the fire planet.
Yeah. I was confusing this planet with the fire planet real quick.
Yeah.
Oh well. Fire planet, pretty cool planet. I have to say one of my favorites. So anyways, gonna exchange that one. See if we can get in the roulette game. Just minerals. Disgrace minerals. Let's see what we can get if we awaken it.
Something called Gores.
How'd you know that?
Because it says its name is Gores.
Well, that sounds like a fair argument. Oh, that's the one. I remember this guy. He's not too bad, but he's not exactly great. So if you guys want to use him, try him out. Gory. Funny name.
I think if I remember correctly, as soon as he gets to his evolved form, he becomes some sort of weird sheep thing.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't believe you. Well, no, don't excavate it. We have to end the episode. We already know what this is.
I know we know what it is, but I want to see if we can get a level 36 version.
Well, do that on your own time. This has been J-Ron. Joseph doesn't get to have... Homerman doesn't get to have outro because he's not outroing. So, I'll see you guys all later.
Bye.
I love Song of Healing. This is just one of the lesser ones because it doesn't show you much of it.
But it's also super freaking, like, feelsy because of what the daughter does.
Wait for the feels.
Let the feels rustle through you.
And the reason we want to go up the stairs is because there's a guy here. Actually, you know, it's actually not even a guy. It's actually kind of awkward.
It's kind of it's like a woman on steroids.
Yeah, this is like the first time I could use the deep man voice for a woman and actually not be wrong. Because if you look, it looks like a man, but it also looks like a female because you can't tell if that's a buff chest or if it's a normal girl chest.